Find the set of solutions x, y of the given systems of equations. Let the sum of x, the product of x and y equals 11 be equation 1, and the sum of the product of the square of x and y and the product of x and the square of y equals 30 be our equation 2. From equation 2, the product of x and y equals 30 divided by the sum of x and y as shown on the screen. We call it equation 2I. And from equation 1, the product of x and y equal 11 minus the sum of x and y. We call it equation 1I. Equate equation 2I and equation 1I. 30 divided by the sum of x and y equals 11 minus the sum x and y. Let x plus y equals v. Thus, 30 divided by v equals 11 minus v. Multiply the equation by v to clear fraction and we have 30 equals 11 times v minus the square of v. It implies that rearrange terms in one side of the equation. Thus, the square of v minus 11 times v plus 30 equals 0. Factorize and we have that the product of v minus 5 and v minus 6 equals 0. Hence 5 subtracted from v equals 0 or 6 subtracted from v equals 0. The sum of 6 divided by y and y equals 5. It implies that the sum of 6 and the square of y equals 5 times y. Rearrange terms and we obtained equation shown on the screen. Factorize it and we have that the product of y minus 2 and y minus 3 equals 0. Thus, y equals 2 or 3. It implies that the sum of 6 divided by y and y equals 5. Hence, the sum of 6 and the square of y equals 5 times y. Rearrange terms and we obtained an equation shown on the screen. Factorize it. We have the product of y minus 2 and y minus 3 equals 0. Thus, y equals 2 or 3. Thus, when y equals 2, x equals 6 divided by y equals 3. It implies that the set of solution x and y equals 3 and 2. It implies that when y equals 3, x equals 6 divided by y which equals to 2. The set of solution x and y equals 2 and 3. When the sum of x and y equals 6. This implies that the product of x and y equals 5. we have that the sum of x and y equals 6. We call it equation H. The product of x and y equals 5. We call it equation K. Thus, from equation K, x equals 5 divided by y. Put into equation H, the sum of 5 divided by y and y equals 6. Simplify. It implies that the sum of 5 and the square of y equals 6 times y. Hence, the square of y minus 6 times y plus 5 equals 0. Factorize it. The product of y minus 5 and y minus 1 equals 0. Thus, y equals 5 or 1. Implies that when y equals 1, x equals 5 divided by y equals 5. Set of solution is 5, 1. Also, when y equals 5, x equals 5 divided by y equals 1. Set of solution is 1, 5. Therefore, the set solutions x and y are 1, 2 and 2, 1. Also, 1, 5 and 5, 1.